G'day everybody, my name's Gaveeno and welcome to my first ever video. This is going to be a warts and all series, which means you're gonna get a lot of my ers and a lot of my stutter. I am still learning how to edit and I've only been playing this game for about 6 to 8 months. I got it from the moment it arrived here in Australia, so I haven't spent as much time on it as what I'd like. Okay, so some rules for my series are as follows. First of all, I've got to use as much vintage machinery as what I possibly can. I'm going to start with the Velmet 88. Let's go with an original design. Let's go with 100 horsepower, and yes, we'll take a front loader attachment. Let's buy that. So I am playing on hard economy, normal growth, and I've got okay. So my rules for this are as follows. I have got to use vintage machinery. I can only make money from the land. I am not allowed to cut down trees and make money that way. So on that note, I will show you my garage. So I have got a chainsaw. Oh, I can actually sell my chainsaw. Let's do that. So I've got the MW Turbo C3 Voltra and the Massey Ferguson 3 to 5 plough, and I don't want to sell that, do I? The piece of land that I have got, as you can see in the bottom left hand corner, is section number 55. The first thing that I think I really need to do is buy myself somewhere to live, and I'm not going to do that on that menu, am I? So what am I going to do? Well, because it's a vintage series, I'm just going to go with something that's kind of Australian, what we call a demountable house. Now let's put it into, yep, that looks like a good spot. Now, I'm not allowed to use any workers, and I must buy my own equipment as much as possible. I'm not allowed to get a loan, however, I am allowed to sell. Let's get ourselves started here. Now, I'm a complete amateur to recording, and I really don't know what I'm doing as far as editing. I will attempt to do my best, but if it comes out as all disjointed, please forgive me. I would like to say it isn't my fault, but no, I don't like to lie. So off camera, as you can see here in No Man's Land, I've gotten rid of all the trees, and I have gotten rid of all the rocks. How don't I have access to this land? I will get to my land. Aha, does help to have my map turned on. Okay, here we go with our brand new state-of-the-art first field. I'm not planning on making a big field at this point. When I know how to when I know how to do a time lapse, then you will get the time lapse. So the more observant of you people out there will notice that I am on an Xbox. Those who didn't, well, newsflash for you. Well, boy, I now have a new appreciation of all those YouTubers out there. Case in point, two of my favourites, Mr. Sealy P and Pharmacop. If either of you guys are watching, welcome. I am honoured that you guys are here. Please let me know what you think. Okay. I really need to learn where my boundaries are. Wife tells me that quite often. So a bit about me. I'm mid-30s, which means I'm also on the downhill run to 40. Gosh, it sounds bad when you when it talks like that. I am a father of just one beautiful little girl. My wife would prefer that I don't actually give out her age, so I won't be talking too much about her. However, I will call her Little G if I ever refer to her. As you've probably realised from my accent, I am not American and I'm not British. Not Scandinavian either. Forgive me for being a smart aleck. So I am Australian. Whereabouts in Australia am I? I am South East Queensland. Quite a beautiful place. Lovely weather around here. We've had a few floods and, as you've probably heard, fires, and that's within about the last 5 or so years. Oh boy, I'm really doing a botched job of this, aren't I? Any inquiries on the on my slang, please let me know, and in the comments below I will do my best to answer. So I'll just let you know that absolutely every comment that's placed will be read. So without further ado, let's just get this field ploughed. So I do have just show you what I've got in my settings. I'm currently working on real time. Economy is hard. Dirt is normal. I don't. Let's get to the important part. I'm using default fuel. Now I've got plant withering on, crop destruction off, periodic ploughing required, lime required, and I've got the weeds on. So yeah. Now, eventually I hope to make this series that my fertiliser must come from my own animals, but in the beginning, let's just say we're doing chemicals. So shout out to Alien Jim, whose map that I am on. I do have his pack downloaded. And as you've probably seen while I was going through my checklist and trying to find a tractor, I am using a lot of vintage machines. I do love the vintage machines. I think they sound better. I think they run better. And I just think they look cooler. Now you're probably asking yourself, why is this guy doing everything third person? Well, I don't really have a good enough explanation, except for the fact that, well, as much as I love first person. I find it easier just to go third person. What else should I talk about? I may have said this, but I do have a short-term memory, so if I haven't, please bear in mind. Tips and tricks will be welcome. So, being my first video, I really don't know what to talk about. So, I hope that you'll give me tips, tricks. I hope that you guys will comment and give me stuff to talk about. Okay, so what should I put in my first field? I suppose I should put something like canola or soy, because I will be needing a bit of capital. I will put in some sell points. As you can see, I've got $382,000 to my name, and I'm going to say that they Australian dollars, because that's what I understand. I don't understand miles. I can convert to feet and inches, but I grew up with centimeters, meters, and millimeters. Hopefully I've just edited out that cough. So how's everybody doing with COVID at the moment? I know it's been a bit of a pain in the hello for everyone, especially those who are currently in lockdown. Where I am in Queensland, we haven't had a lot of lockdown. We've had the odd bit here and there, but nothing really to write home about. Okay, so that field's nicely ploughed. I suppose my next step is to cultivate. Let's drop that off and let's go over to the store and let's buy a cultivator. Now, actually, I think I've just had a change of heart. And I do mean that as in the brain, not as in what's in my chest. Let's go with a direct drill seed. There it is. And once again, I've got to go vintage. So let's go with the Lizard SO43/2. Let's see how much we can change that up. Let's go with a blue rims, the main color. Let's make that a nice. Let's go with an older orange, and the design color. No, let's make that a nice black. Yes, let's have the protective cover. Yes, we'll have scrapers, but no, we won't have disc markers. Okay, the next thing that I'm going to need to do is buy some seeds. Now, as of this morning, when I've recorded this, Mr. CLEP has gone through and done an amazing job of telling us the best way to buy seeds. I'm just going to go with a pellet of seeds right here. You're probably asking yourself, why hasn't this guy gone and bought himself the front tracks, the forklifts? Why hasn't this guy gone and bought himself... Oh, seriously, I've got to learn my way around this game. Why hasn't this guy got a pallet fork? Well, I will eventually get one. So let's get a John Deere 7000 series harvester. Let's go without a cabin and get the 710. engine setup, let's keep that pretty basic. And I am going to need a header. Here, header. Now, I do want to keep with some fast farming, so I will be going and getting... Oh boy, I've forgotten what's that's attachable to, and it's not going to tell me, is it? Anyone figure that out for me? That would be greatly appreciated. Oh, you know what? Let's go for the expensive one. And I don't think... Ah, yes. I'm going to need some form of trailer. So I'm going to go with something that I love a lot. I'm going to get myself... Where'd it go? Back here. I'm going to get the 4x4 trailer. I'm not going to... Oh, let's make it a... Let's change some colours up here. And the main colour. What colour should I make that? Eeny, meeny, miny, brown metallic. Yeah, let's not go with brown metallic. Metallic blue. Yeah, I can handle that. Let's go with the let's go with the 4,000 litre capacity, and we'll just stick with a standard engine. I'm really going to have to work on my starter. Okay, I think that's everything that we need right this moment. Oh yes, I am going to need to fertilise, and I will need a sprayer. And, well, let's just... First of all, let's get focusing on doing some... Let's get our seed in the ground first. Okay, let's refill it. And of course it doesn't take much, does it? Let's also just quickly push this out of the way. And I'll just hit my new John Deere 700. Seriously, can I do it without hitting anything else? Okay. Whee! Alright. So let's go get this field both cultivated and seeded all at the same time. Let's go just simply with wheat for our first one, because at least then I'll be able to get some bales and I'll be able to sell the byproduct. So, abracadabra, alakazam, let's go. Yes, I know I don't have access to that land. So I'm hoping that you are at the very least going to give me a lot of leeway and forgiveness while I learn how to do all this. I really want to make a good go of this. I should also at this juncture thank you for tuning in. If you're enjoying this, I know everybody says it, but please hit the subscribe button and give me a like. I plan at this point just to get this field sown and fertilized, and then I'll call it the episode there. How much work I'll do off camera, I don't know at this moment in time. I might just quickly get to and let it save for a moment. Set the time on 2 times 5. times 5. Save the game again, just for the general gist of it. Okay. So once this is in, then we'll shoot on up and grab buy a sprayer and some fertilizer, and I think I'm probably going to have to get 2 different machines to spray and to fertilize with. Should I go with liquid fertilizer or granulated fertilizer? I don't know. So I think I do prefer the liquid fertilizer because it gives a different colour, especially when you're liming, which I might have just remembered that I needed to do with this field. So although I'm going to be recording on the Xbox, I do plan on editing on the laptop. I don't have a side panel or a steering wheel, so this is a little bit more difficult than what Mr. CLEP and others may have on theirs. Let's just lift that up. That makes it a little bit quicker to get down here. Let's grab these last couple of pieces. That's still on, thank you. So let me know what you'd like to see in this series, how long it's going to go for. Again, I don't know. I hope to do a series with some logging. I'm not a fan of logging. I do like the start from scratch modes. I'm going to have to put a workshop in here, aren't I? Because I really... mind you, I am close enough to the store to change my tyres, etc, etc. You know what, I'll leave those couple of small bits there. I'm not going to be overly worried about that. Okay, let's get rid of that. Wrong menu. Let's get ourselves a fertilizer. So, fertilizer technology. Let's get a sprayer. That's what I'm chasing. Yep, let's go for the Lizard Sleazer 1000, which can take both herbicide and pesticide. Now I'm going to do 1 blue and 1 green. That way I've got 1 for fertilizer and 1 for herbicide. If I go back into that one, green, let's buy that. Now that is 1,000 litres, so let's get that. How many? That's 3,000 litres. That's 320 litres, so I'm going to need a lot of those. Let's see what's in the big bags. Okay, 20 litres. Excuse me. So it looks as though I'm going up that 2,000 litres, so let's buy 1 each of those. Fertilizer and herbicide. Okay, so let's go up and get my herbicide and fertilizer. My very first episode, I am not editing at all, so it really is getting warts and all. So please forgive me for that. Okay, so let's go blue with the... let's go blue for herbicide and green for fertilizer. Let's see here. Okay. So move that out of the way. I really should get to and buy some pellet forks, but at this very second time. Okay. Alrighty. In a minute, I'm also going to do some landscaping, not so much for the for terrain editing. I'm just going to do some changing of colours. Should I put some sheds up? Probably. Do I usually use them? Not usually. If you want me to be doing that, I will. But I tend to forget where things are and how I'm doing them. Okay, so let's turn on that sprayer. Yes, I am highly aware I don't have access to that land. Okay, so no herbicide going down at this second in time. Lesson learning. Let's fold that sprayer up. Alright, you know what? Let's do that terrain editing right now. And let's go with concrete. And let's just do a little bit around here. I'm not the best terrain editor on earth. Okay, you know what? That's good enough. Let's finish folding that up now. Okay, that's better. Now I can actually see where I've put stuff. Whee! So I'm hoping that you're actually enjoying my very first episode. As everyone says, if you like it, please subscribe and hit me a like. If you don't, well, clearly you don't. So I'll just go fertilise this, and then I'll think that'll be the end of my first episode. How much I'll do off camera, I don't know. Maybe I'll just let things grow off camera. Maybe I might chuck in another field. You've seen me do one field badly. And yeah, so although I am loving this tractor, let's get out of it and do some. Open that. I'm not going to sell it. I am going to just see if I can put thinner tires on it. Okay. And customize wheel setup origin. No. Oh, I like that. You know what? That's what I'm going to go with. Yes, it's an extra $1,200, but come on. I'm going to say that looks cool. I will learn about how to start engines. I'll also learn how to drive. My wife just wishes that I'd learn how to drive in real life. Okay, so my daughter is in love with Paw Patrol, so to quote the Paw Patrol, green means go, so that's the reason why I'm going with the green for the fertilizer. I am really thoroughly enjoying these new wheels. Okay. Alright. So once again, let's pull ourselves further out so I can actually see what I'm doing. Unfold my sprayer. Now, a couple of things that I do love about both Mr. Silly P and Mr. CLEP and Farmer Cop is the fact that they do storylines. And I've just put the wrong one into this, haven't I? You're probably screaming at me for that. Is there? And no, I can't. So I'm going to have to sell this, and I'm going to take the loss on it. I will take the loss on it. I made a mistake. Oh boy. I have no idea which one is which. Nope, that one didn't have it. Okay, so let's go back to the store. Let's buy 2 more. Okay, main color, let's go. So we're going to go with green for grow. Let's buy that. And we'll go in this instead this time, red for stop. Okay. I thought I just sold. Why didn't you sell? Oh. Okay, hallelujah. So you know what? Because I've done so many mistakes so far, I'm going to end the episode right there, and I will go ahead and do my spraying off screen.